Vikings, the greatest warriors ever known, feared and admired across the realm. Ready to fight once more for the glory and prosperity of their people. This particular village was home to two young Vikings, Vasker and Oddmar, destined for greatness by decree of the gods themselves. Unfortunately, the gods did not tell them of this plan. Just as he had countless times before, Oddmar farewelled his parents. They always returned to him. This time was different. Years passed, and the Viking warriors continued on their pillaging voyages and grew the greatest warriors ever known, feared and admired. The Viking chief was proud of his people, but he was greedy, ready to fight once more for the glory and prosperity of their future, regardless of the consequences. This particular village was home to two young Vikings, Vasker. The chief despised Oddmar, destined for greatness by decree of the gods themselves. But the chief would tolerate this behavior no longer. The gods did not tell them of this plan. Oddmar would have to single-handedly loot the forest, just as he had burn it to the ground before their village big. Oddmar farewelled his parents. If he refused, he always returned. He would face the same fate as his old friend Vas. This time was different. After being ridiculed by his village, Oddmar ran home to his hut. Oddmar felt hurt and lost. He loved his people, but he couldn't be what they wanted him to be. Perhaps he thought he wasn't a true Viking. Maybe some sleep did him good. Oddmar couldn't believe his eyes. At his side was his long-lost friend Vasker. Vikings, and the greatest warriors ever known, the hallowed gates of Valhalla across the realm. Wait! Cried Oddmar, as his old friend, ready to fight once more for the glory and prosperity of their people. In front of Oddmar appeared a strange apparition, Vasker, an forest fairy, destined for greatness by decree of the gods themselves and his squandered potential. He had let down those closest to him. The gods did not tell them of this plan. But just as he had countless times before, a great power, Oddmar farewelled his parents. If used correctly, perhaps he could earn his place in Valhalla, but at a price. This time was different. Oddmar woke up with excitement. What a strange dream. It felt so real. And how did this pouch get here? Was this what he saw in his dream? He looked inside the bag. A mushroom? Vikings, the greatest warriors ever known, feared and admired across the realm. Ready to fight once more for the glory and prosperity of their people. This particular village was home to two young Vikings, Vasker and Oddmar, destined for greatness by decree of the gods themselves. Unfortunately, the gods did not tell them of this plan. Just as he had countless times before, Oddmar farewelled his parents, always returned to him. This time was different. Vikings, the greatest warriors ever known, feared and admired across the realm. ready to fight once more for the glory and prosperity of their people. This particular village was home to two young Vikings, Vasker and Oddmar, destined for greatness by decree of the gods themselves. Unfortunately, the gods did not tell them of this plan. Just as he had countless times before, Oddmar farewelled his parents. They always returned to him. This time was different. Vikings, the greatest warriors ever known, feared and admired across the realm. Ready to fight once more for the glory and prosperity of their people. This particular village is home to two young Vikings, Vasker and Oddmar, destined for greatness by decree of the gods themselves. Unfortunately, the gods did not tell them of this plan. Just as he had countless times before, Oddmar farewelled his parents. They always returned to him. This time was different. Vikings, the greatest warriors ever known, feared and admired across the realm. Ready to fight once more for the glory and prosperity of their people. This particular village was home to two young Vikings, Vasker and Oddmar, destined for greatness by decree of the gods themselves. Unfortunately, the gods did not tell them of this plan. Just as he had countless times before, Oddmar farewelled his parents. He always returned to him. This time was different. Vikings, the greatest warriors ever known, feared and admired across the realm. Ready to fight once more for the glory and prosperity of their people. This particular village was home to two young Vikings, Vasker and Oddmar, destined for greatness by decree of the gods themselves. Unfortunately, the gods did not tell them of this plan. Just as he had countless times before, Oddmar farewelled his parents. They always returned. This time was different. Vikings, the greatest warriors ever known, feared and admired across the realm. Ready to fight once more for the glory and prosperity of their people. This particular village was home to two young Vikings, Vasker and Oddmar, destined for greatness by decree of the gods themselves. Unfortunately, the gods did not tell them of this plan. Just as he had countless times before, Oddmar farewelled his parents, always returned to them. This time was different. Vikings, the greatest warriors ever known, feared and admired across the realms. Ready to fight once more for the glory and prosperity of their people. This particular village was home to two young Vikings, Vasker and Oddmar, destined for greatness by decree of the gods themselves. Unfortunately, the gods did not tell them of this plan. Just as he had countless times before, Oddmar farewelled his parents, but always returned to them. This time was different. Vikings, the greatest warriors ever known, feared and admired across the realms. Ready to fight once more for the glory and prosperity of their people. This particular village was home to two young Vikings, Vasker and Oddmar, destined for greatness by decree of the gods themselves. The gods did not tell them of this plan. Just as he had countless times before, Oddmar farewelled his parents, but always returned to them. This time was different. Vikings, the greatest warriors ever known, feared and admired across the realms. Ready to fight once more for the glory and prosperity of their people. This particular village was home to two young Vikings, Vasker and Oddmar, destined for greatness by decree of the gods themselves. Unfortunately, the gods did not tell them of this plan. Just as he had countless times before, Oddmar farewelled his parents, but always returned. This time was different. Vikings, the greatest warriors ever known, feared and admired across the realm. Ready to fight once more for the glory and prosperity of their people. This particular village was home to two young Vikings, Vasker and Oddmar, destined for greatness by decree of the gods themselves. The gods did not tell them of this plan. Just as he had countless times before, Oddmar farewelled his parents, always returned. This time was different.
Vikings, the greatest warriors ever known, feared and admired across the realm. Ready to fight once more for the glory and prosperity of their people. This particular village was home to two young Vikings, Vasker and Oddmar, destined for greatness by decree of the gods themselves. Unfortunately, the gods did not tell them of this plan. Just as he had countless times before, Oddmar farewelled his parents, and always returned. This time was different. Vikings, the greatest warriors ever known, feared and admired across the realm. Ready to fight once more for the glory and prosperity of their people. This particular village was home to two young Vikings, Vasker and Oddmar, destined for greatness by decree of the gods themselves. Unfortunately, the gods did not tell them of this plan. Just as he had countless times before, Oddmar farewelled his parents, and always returned to them. This time was different.